Delayed sword. A little history of delayed sword for this class. I'll do a shorter video of delayed sword just for my class later, but we'll cover a little bit of how we got to that point in this video. So delayed sword, if you did at Parker Kempo, you were probably taught step back, block, cat, 90-10 cat, 100-0 cat, front thrust kick, chop. Alright? It works. I'm not going to say that it doesn't work, because it does work. You won't hit the last hit, but the rest of the technique does work. When I started teaching Kempo about 17 years ago, I said if I can save one person's life ever in my career as a teacher, I will have succeeded. That happened in my first year, so the last 16 years have just been icing on the cake. A friend of mine got attacked by a guy with a pair of scissors, using them as a knife, and in a roundhouse attack, step back, block, cat, thrust kick, missed the chop, but the guy fell down and gave up the fight and ran away. So, saved his life, it'll work. However, that incident, he came back and said, hey, it saved my life, but you can't hit the last hit, just so you know. I'm like, good to know, let's change that, let's fix it. So, the technique is originally taught for a push, works good for a roundhouse. So for now, I'm going to have him step forward with his right foot. Now most schools have gone past that and teach it for a punch, and we do too. And they probably still teach it for a right step. We're going to change that. But for now, if he comes in, block. And what we did was, you should never cat anyway. You should never ever cat back. All right, you bounce on one foot, that's not good. So from there, do the kick up. So do it as if you're doing a cat. Switch that foot like you're doing a cat, but keep your weight 50-50. Come up, he stays in place and sticks his head out. Get the chop. All right, so that's one variation that'll work. It's faster, of course. That's faster than that. All that extra motion in there. And also he stays in place. Now if you want to go and we're splitting hairs, but just a fraction faster, don't turn your foot forward, just kick the inside of his thigh. You don't get the groin strike, but if you're going for the knockout blow on the neck, it doesn't matter. So here, there, and there. So then he's unconscious. Now I have one student who if they attack with the right foot, actually does what we call a soccer kick, to really get that train wreck. We love train wrecks in here. So when he does that push, block, he'll actually hook on the inside of that calf and pull the guy forward. Boom. So then you got the train wreck going. Definitely unconscious. All right. Now, if you do it for a punch, that foot's not going to be there. It might be there for a push. Probably be there for a push. It might be there for a roundhouse attack with a weapon, stick or a knife or scissors. If it's a punch, it's going to be the left foot that comes forward. So if he does that, then those two variations are gone. You can always go back to this. That'll still work. Or go back to this without catting back and hit that. What we do in here, let's switch sides, is actually just do a knife kick to whichever leg is forward, and I'll talk more about that in a second, but we do a knife kick. So, there's that neck. Wham! Unconscious. You hit that inside of that leg, this is going to open up. And there it is. You're going to go out. Right? And that's fast. That's a fast move right there. You're not shifting around, you're not catting. What if he throws the right foot forward in a push? Still works. Still works. I got his knee. I missed the pad. I got his knee. Okay? And you see that neck come way forward. Boom. He's out. Alright? So the knife kick will work for either foot. So you can look at it two ways. One way, in here, try to teach everybody enough techniques that they can adapt. So you should practice enough that no matter what he does, you can pick which one you want to do. Or you can start out by learning a basic technique that works against most things, like the knife kick against either leg, all you're doing is aiming for whichever one's in front and go that route. So grab a partner, try all kinds of different ways of doing delayed sword, especially change it up. I mean, if you're like in the school I was in, you've only done delayed sword about 10 or 15,000 times, so try it a different way just to make it more interesting.